We take flying for granted. But how many of us really think about the type of aircraft we are traveling in? The two most well-known giants, Airbus and Boeing, have always dominated the aviation industry. But how do we tell them apart at a glance? Let's take a look. Number 1. Size variation. Right off the bat, the first major difference is in the size of the aircraft. Airbus typically offers wider seats and more spacious cabins in its A320 series compared to Boeing's 737. This difference in cabin width affects passenger comfort and airline seating arrangements. Number 2. Nose shape. Generally, Airbus aircraft have a more rounded, bulbous nose. For example, the A320 family has a distinctively curved nose, which gives it a more snub-nosed appearance. Meanwhile, the Boeing aircraft often have a more pointed and streamlined nose, which gives it a sharper and more elongated appearance. Number 3. Wing shape and winglets. The Airbus models use sharklet winglets, given that they are curved structures that extend upward and slightly backward. On the other hand, the Boeing winglet designs have both upward and downward extensions, thus accurately termed as split tip. Number 4. Engine mounting. The Airbus engines are mounted further forward on the wings. Boeing aircraft engines are typically mounted slightly further back on the wing, and the engine nacelles have a distinctive flat bottom architecture to provide ground clearance, but this design is gradually disappearing. Number 5. Tail design. There is a simple way to tell the two aircraft apart, and that is by the shape of the tail. The Airbus features a more triangular tail fin, whereas the Boeing is distinctly rectangular with a somewhat curved edge. Number 6. Noise levels and comfort. For example, the Airbus features quieter engines and advanced soundproofing materials to reduce noise levels along with more cabin space, creating a more comfortable experience when compared to the Boeing. Number 7. Design philosophy. One of the more interesting differences between the two is the philosophy used to construct the aircraft. Boeing believes in a pilot-driven approach, where the pilot can make decisions independently from the aircraft. But the Airbus system automates and limits the plane's actions to avoid accidents, featuring a fly-by-wire system that blocks dangerous maneuvers. Number 8. Technological advancements. Airbus has been a pioneer in fly-by-wire technology and continues to innovate with systems like the A350's touchscreen cockpit displays. Boeing, known for its durable and reliable designs, integrates technology that enhances safety, like the advanced avionics in the 787. Number 9. Fuel efficiency and range. Both aircraft have impeccable range, but the Airbus is slightly ahead of the Boeing, boasting a flight range of up to 8,000 nautical miles. But Boeing takes the lead when it comes to fuel efficiency, using a composite fuselage and advanced engines that reduce fuel burn by up to 20%. Number 10. Cockpit controls. Airbus aircraft, pilots use a side stick to control the plane, allowing for more space and easier movement in the cockpit. In contrast, Boeing aircraft, like the 737, use a traditional control yoke, providing pilots with direct feedback from the aircraft's movements. Number 11. Flight control systems. We all know that pilots go through a rigorous training period before they can command an aircraft. Sometimes, the limit of an aircraft is decided by the skill and precision of the pilot. However, not all aircraft allow that luxury. For instance, Airbus's flight control system prevents pilots from exceeding the aircraft's performance limits by automating stall recovery features. But the Boeing allows more manual control, letting pilots make decisions without software restrictions. Number 12. Pilot training requirements. We all know that pilots go through a rigorous training period before they can command an aircraft. But the training also depends on the make and model of the machine. Airbus's side stick and fly-by-wire technology require pilots to learn specific automated systems, while Boeing's traditional yoke and manual control systems focus more on hands-on flying skills. Number 13. Safety features and records. Both Airbus and Boeing have strong safety records, but their approaches differ. Airbus relies heavily on automated connections and multiple repetitions to prevent errors, while Boeing emphasizes pilot skill and judgment, putting more faith and effort into the pilots themselves. Number 14. Customer preferences and airline partnerships. Boeing has long-term relations with a variety of U.S. airlines, making it a favorite of long-distance international carriers. Comparatively, Airbus has a stronger presence in Europe and Asia and tailors its aircraft to meet the needs of airlines in those regions. Number 15. Impact on the global economy. Airbus and Boeing both play significant roles in the global economy, but their impacts are different. Airbus contributes to economic growth in Europe with its dispersed manufacturing model, while Boeing's centralized production in the U.S. supports American jobs and the economy, particularly in the Pacific Northwest and South Carolina. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.